Here we go.
You're tuning in to Will Love Listen. Now listen.
David Archuleta, thank you for joining me today. It's a pleasure to speak with you.
Likewise, Will. Good to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you. There's a lot to discuss because I feel like you're having like a big comeback currently, and you're in the headlines, and there's like a lot I'd like to go over with you. But before we start talking about the now, I kind of want to take it back to your American Idol days. So you hit the scene like really young, and you became like a breakout on that show. Um, and but before you even got on American Idol, I want to know, how was your life growing up? Because I know that's a big subject matter that's being discussed now. But how was your life growing up, and what led you ultimately to American Idol?
What led me? Well, yeah, I mean, I grew up in Utah. I was born in Miami, but grew up in Utah, and so the Utah Mormon culture was a big part of my upbringing up into American Idol. And I went and auditioned. My family and friends wanted me to go audition. So when I turned 16, I did. And didn't expect much to come out of it, but a lot did, up to the point where here we are now. It's just been a pretty wild ride. I got signed right after the finale finished, like literally like within the hour of David Cook winning my season 7 of American Idol. All these record label reps walked in. They're like, "Okay, we're excited to be working with you." I guess something I signed like months ago, they now were going to activate it as my recording contract. So I was like, okay. And yeah, just started releasing albums and touring. Did the American Idol tour, did my own tours, went on tour with Demi Lovato, and with a UK group, McFly. And then I did Christmas stuff because it leaned more into like my religious background, and I was very religious up until I stopped doing music because like I said, was very religious, and I became a missionary, a Mormon missionary for 2 years, and did that. I had a great experience, came back, and was told, okay, now it's time to get married. So I tried to get married. It didn't work. um, I tried again, didn't work, and then I did try it again a third time. And then that point, I was like, I think I need to come to terms with my sexuality.
Yeah.
And um, I did. I came out in 2021, finally, when I was 30, and I still tried to be religious, but that didn't. I just saw there. It just was too much, and it didn't really make sense. I had questions that were pretty clear, like, okay, this doesn't make sense, and something doesn't feel right about this. And people they weren't willing to discuss it. They still wanted to have their stances about queer people in the LGBTQ plus community. And so at that point, I was like, hey, I'm done. I'm gonna step away from the church. And so I did. And that's been like 2 years now. And now I'm learning how to just live my best my best
That's
life.
nice.
And it's like, okay, I'm starting new. I'm like, okay, what does alcohol taste like? What does coffee taste like? I was never allowed to drink these before, so now I'm gonna try them.
Wow.
What's it like to go out dancing at clubs, and what's it like to kiss boys, you know? So it's just all this new stuff that it's exciting. I feel like I'm in middle school experiencing things for my first time, even though I'm in my 30s, but it's kind of like being born again. It's kind of exciting. And now making music to match, like before, instead of like, does this fit within my faith standards and the Mormon standards, to I can sing about whatever the F I want. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's pretty fun. It's like a new rebranding of David Archuleta, I guess, of myself.
I
How'd you
love
enjoy
it.
it?
And that had to be like so difficult because I mean you got signed and you blew up, but then it's like you become so famous of American Idol, but then you're doing like Mormon missionary work right afterwards. Um so
Yeah,
was that conflicting at the time? Because it's like even though you got fame and you got fans right off the bat, it seemed like you still felt confined to your religion and like that you had to adhere to what they want.
yeah,
So was that kind of like there's a lot of duality there. So was that like an internal conflict for you?
yeah, big time. It was a lot of conflict. Um, it's not like I really wanted to be gay or anything. I think a lot of people
Yeah,
try
no one
not to be
wants.
queer and gay.
Yeah,
And then you just realize, oh my gosh, no matter what I do, I'm just how I am.
yeah,
And it's like so I think that was the most difficult part of it. Otherwise, I may have still been in my beliefs because I never there wouldn't have been anything to challenge my way of thinking had I not been attracted to guys. And yeah, so it once getting married to a woman was like, okay, something's not right here. That's when I finally was like, okay, I've got to challenge what I believe because how I feel about myself and the way I'm thinking of me um, feels really, really horrible. And I am getting to a breaking point where I don't know how much longer I can handle this. And if I, because I almost felt like I like shouldn't be here anymore. So I got to a point where I'm like, I have to make a decision and I have to come to terms with my sexuality. But I was terrified because it's like at that point I'd been used as like a example. Like David Archuleta is a good Mormon, you can be too. And so I felt like I'm gonna let so many people down in my community that's what I'm surrounded by. Like other people know who I am, but my bubble and my circle of people and my world that I lived in was the Latter-day Saint Mormon community. So I was just like, am I willing to like give up my world?
yeah.
Like, what am I going to start with? Where am I going to go? Who are going to be my friends? What are going to be? I literally would go to church 3 to 4 times a week. Like it was, like
Huge
people my age were going to the club and I was going to Bible study class. Like that's the life I lived. And so I didn't know what, if I came out, that meant I would have to essentially like, I've give up what I believed in my lifestyle. And so I was just like, what is there going to be to live for after that? I don't know. I have no idea. This is all I know. But I mean, it was worth it. Like, yeah, it took some getting used to at first because I'm like adjusting. Like, what do I do now? What is my life? What are going to be the things I do? Who am I going to talk to? Who are
Yeah.
going to be my friends? I didn't know. But that first year I really struggled. But now I'm in a much better place. Like you realize, oh, you can start again, and it's okay to start over, even though that's really scary.
Now, when you first came on American Idol, there were some whispers in the media about your sexuality, and then it kind of seemed to be like shush because I mean, like you said, you did a great job of like upholding the Mormon image. But like going back to even like that time, were you conflicted about your sexuality then, or did it come a little bit later?
I think I felt it, but I just was absent-minded about it. I
Yeah.
didn't think about it. I never responded to it. Like, I really was so wrapped up in the Mormon world. Like, I would read my scriptures every day. I'd pray several times every day. I would have scripture study with my friends, and that's all I thought about, really. I mean, I liked playing Nintendo, Legend of Zelda from time to time, and listening to some music. But even that, I was like really cautious about what I listened to and what I watched. I avoided watching rated R movies. I didn't listen to music that was too sexually explicit.
Oh, wow.
Anything that could taint my way of thinking. And I was like, I have to protect my spirit. That's just what you did. And, I never watched porn. I think last year was the first time I watched porn, just so I could be like, okay, well, what is it? So, um, I really lived, I didn't think I lived a sheltered life, but I guess I did in a lot of ways. Because like
Yeah.
I was there like traveling all over the world as a performer, but like I would just go to the stage and then I'd go back in whatever country I was in, I'd find a Mormon temple to go to. And I just go and like meditate there and do temple work. And on every Sunday, no matter where I was, I would go to church. And no matter where, like Philippines, Hong Kong, Europe, like even Africa, like I would go to I'd find a church to go to. Like that was all I thought about.
Yeah.
So to have to make room to think about my sexuality, I had to make room for my sexuality each time I started planning on getting married to someone. And that's when I had to like look at my sexuality in the face and be like, if I'm going to allow myself to experience sexuality, because you have to be sexual to create a family,
Yeah.
that's when the feelings would come and I'd have to face them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. So I would shut it back down. I would end the relationship because I'm like, okay, clearly this is not working. I need to find someone else. Because I was like, maybe it's their problem. Like, I don't know why, because I wasn't doing anything according to my church's both teachings to cause me to feel this way because I was doing everything the way I was supposed to. I was thinking the way I was supposed to, acting the way I was supposed to. So why are these feelings still here? And so I was like, okay, let me try again. I'm like, and I loved the girls that I dated, but clearly when I tried to open up my sexual feelings,
Yeah.
that's when my feelings for guys were right there. I'm like, I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, Ariana, what are you doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
And it just got to the point where I'm like, I'm not gonna make any progress without coming to terms with these feelings. So it was
That
pretty wild, but now I'm happy. Like now I'm like, I looked at it as the worst thing that could ever happen to me to allow myself to have feelings for guys and act upon them. And now I'm like, it's great. Great. Like I sang Crush for 15 years, not being able to relate to that feeling at all. And now I'm like,
I
oh, this is
agree.
what everyone was talking about. That's why people like this song, because this is what it's like to have a crush. So it's just interesting.
I can't believe how sheltered you were because I'm like, I thought like, well, maybe like he was like experimenting for, and now he's just, and then he
Oh,
finally
hell
came
no.
out. But
Hell no. Nah, I was not. I wasn't even thinking of guys. Like you would go and like your body makeup, like the chemicals and stuff would naturally cause me to react to feeling something,
yeah,
but I did not think about those feelings.
okay.
I would just feel it. I'm like, oh, there's the devil. There's Satan trying to pull me down to hell. That's how I looked at it. I was just like you're not supposed to be angry, you're not supposed to swear, you're not supposed to um hit someone. Like I just looked at it like something like that. Like if you feel it, just disregard it, don't think about it. There's in the Book of Mormon musical, there's a song called Turn It Off, like a light switch, just click. It's a cool little Mormon trick. I've seen that now
That worked.
twice. Amazing. But yeah, I did not think I sometimes I would look at music videos and suddenly like the guy's making out with someone, and I'd be like, wow, like this is doing something. What is this? But I would then be like, I've got to go repent. I've got to go pray and ask God for forgiveness because this is not right. Whatever just happened, I have to make sure that never happens again. That's just how I looked at it. Like,
Wow.
but I
So
never
you feel
like
like guilty
actively.
about all of this.
What was that?
Like you feel guilty about like any like sexual feeling or like thought that came into your head, really.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that had to be rough for like 30 years feeling like that. Like,
30 years. Yeah, yeah. And I was a virgin up until my 30s too. So it's like, but I
wow.
never even made out with someone. I had never made out with someone until my 30s either.
Wow.
like I really tried to like hold everything in because I was like, if any little scent of sensuality comes out, like, oh,
And you never, and it seems like you never like expose yourself to like after parties or like any events where like people could come on to you, like even guy or girl. So that,
no, yeah. I mean, I avoided it. I was like, I would go to parties, but I feel like I always had this shield. But I always looked at it as God is protecting me. I need to be in these, I need to be a light in darkness. And but if somewhere was too getting too like open or loose, then I'd like, I'm out. Bye. But yeah, I started going to clubs. I did go to a club one time with my mom in Miami because my mom grew up going to clubs to
yeah.
dance. Um, I was more extreme than anyone else in my family. I went, but aside from that, like the first time I really started going out to dance in clubs was in my 30s as well. And it's so fun. I love it. And I go to raves now. I love raves.
I know I've been
Um,
watching your Insta. I've been seeing that. I'm wondering, you'd probably your voice would sound good if you like did some EDM tunes. I could picture that in the
oh,
future.
thank you. I want to. I
I
I,
could
I
picture
want
like a
to.
David Guetta collaboration, Cash or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that would be amazing.
Because I was
Yeah.
reading like you're starting to like now get into like the whole EDM vibe. Um,
Yeah. Do you listen to EDM music? Have you gone to
obsessed.
raves?
Yeah, I love EDM. Yeah, Maddie on Zed, like, and everything in between. Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Because I DJ'd in radio for like years before I started like doing like television production work and doing my podcast. So like I DJ'd in radio for years and like I love like dance music, electronic, all of that.
That's awesome. I want to become a DJ. I think it'd be so fun.
Oh yeah, you'd be a hit easy. Easy.
See, I think it'd be fun to do like concerts and then do like a little dance party after the show, just
Yeah,
so
like
people can have fun. Because I don't have a lot of dance music, but I love to dance. So it's like, hey, I'll give you the show, sing my ballads, and then let's party. Not just ballads. I have other songs that are ballads too,
yeah,
but just having like a little EDM night would be so fun to do
that would
after party.
after party. You could DJ the
To make
after
up for all the after parties I didn't go to growing up.
I know. So have you been made because you grew up so sheltered, then you come out, and then so right after you came out, like not long thereafter, you left the Mormon church. So did you
Yeah.
try to make it work, and it just didn't work because people just didn't want to accept you for who you were? Is that what it came down to?
A lot of Mormons were really supportive of me, and a
Okay.
lot of Mormons in the church are very supportive of the LGBTQ plus community. They just feel like, well, unless the prophet, like the leader of the church, gives us the approval, we can't say anything. We can't do anything about it because we have to follow him because he's God's voice to us. But I think a lot of people are like, huh, something feels not right about this. So when I came out, a lot of people were just like, we love you, David. We're so happy for you. Of course, a lot of people felt otherwise as well. We're like, that's not okay. That's not of God. Leave the church alone. Like, if you're going to move on quietly. And it's like, you know what? There are still a lot of people like me in those walls, scared, not knowing what to do, not understanding their sexuality, and no one will talk to them about it. So I have to talk about it, even if it makes you uncomfortable. I'm sorry, but I've got to do it for my homies who are still there. And um, but what was your question? Sorry, what was your
Oh,
question?
so like, obviously, you turned 30, you come out, but then not long thereafter, you left the Mormon church. So like, what was the catalyst for that?
Oh, yeah. I think it was just like, yeah, because they're like, we love you, but we anticipate you changing back.
Okay, so it was really like a little half-assed.
It
Well,
was like because a lot of people think homosexuality can be changed or it can be overcome.
yeah,
And that's how I looked at it too. So for me, I'm like, well, I don't look at it this is something to overcome anymore. This is something that there's nothing to overcome about it. And the way that the church's doctrine and beliefs are set up, it's like you're supposed to try and overcome it. And if you don't, you've got to act like you did. You've got to behave as if this is not something you deal with. You still should marry a woman, you still have a family, and follow everything that we've told you. And I'm just like, I'm done because I know that's not right. And no one's questioning why another option can be considered because they're like, nope, this is what we were told, and that's what we're going to believe. And I'm just like, I think there needs to be some room to to reconsider and think, well, what if there's a reason God keeps making people queer, and these queer people in the church are doing everything they can to change who they are, and not one of them has been able to change without just lying and denying, being in denial, or just saying, yes, I'm gay, but I'm still married in a heterosexual marriage because that's what God wants me to do. You know, they just got to face the facts, and people are like, oh, you're so brave. I could never do that, and all that kind of shit. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to be in denial. I'm not going to be in Delulu land like that. If you want to still be out and queer and still choose to marry a heterosexual, be in a heterosexual marriage, that's your decision, and I will respect what you feel is the best thing for you to do. But for you to say, I have no choice, and if I decided to fall in love with someone of the same sex and a man, and then be punished for it, I'm not going to deal with that. I think that's bullshit. And I don't want to think about, okay, I'm going to stay in this church. I'm just going to wait for them to punish me for something that they don't even understand
Yeah.
because they think that I'm choosing it. Everyone thought, like, oh, the only reason why you're gay and a good person, because you can't be both. You can't choose to be gay and be a good person. That must mean you must have been molested as a child.
Well, like
There's no other reason why you would be
still think
gay
that
when you're such a good person. What was that?
people still think that, and I don't know if it's just because it's an election year and I'm seeing like these things pop up on Twitter, but I see it a lot on social media now, which is shocking that people think one, you choose to be gay, or two, it's like because you were molested. And it's just nuts that even in 2024, people still have this like such this outdated mindset as if it is a choice or oh, because of molestation or some shit like that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But like I'm writing a book right now and
Oh,
it's gonna come out in like a
congratulations.
few
Yeah.
months. Thank you. Or like next year. Thank you. And I'm gonna go like I'm gonna talk about all that stuff because I'm just like, gosh, I'm like, because even my own family was like, well, were you molested as a child? I'm like, look at our these relatives. We know that they were molested. They're
Yeah.
straight. They're straight. So wouldn't you think that they would be the gay one and not me?
That's so
Because
funny that you said
because
that
I
because
wasn't molested, mom. Huh?
I mean that has to be such an awkward conversation. But that's so funny you said that because literally that happened to me when I came out. Um, because I have heterosexual people in my family who were molested. Thank God I wasn't. But like
Yeah.
I was asked if I was molested. So that's so I went through the same fucking thing. That's very
Yeah.
interesting.
And of course, like people who are queer
Yeah, of
do
course.
get molested, but also queer people don't.
Yeah.
And straight people do get molested and they're still straight. So it's like, but that's just what they're taught because they don't know how they can't comprehend why else you would be that way. And it's like, well, maybe it's just science and it's just how we were created. And maybe it's okay. Like, what if you look at it and not there isn't something wrong about it? Like, what if there isn't, it's not wrong to, but you can't have kids. It's like, yes, we can actually.
I mean, as long as you have
There's,
the money, you could get a surrogate. I mean,
yeah, you can get a surrogate or you can adopt, just like other
yeah,
straight
true.
people do. Not everyone, even if you're straight, you can't always have kids. So, and they're like, but you need a mom and a dad. Well, okay, what about single parents?
Yeah.
They're single parents and y'all let them, get by. And of course, it's not the easiest thing, but having kids, period, isn't the easiest thing, even if you have a mom and a dad. And my parents got divorced, okay? So it's like they were heterosexual marriage and they still got divorced. So it's like, it's not always like this picture perfect ideal that if you do this, this, and this is you'll be happy. It's like, no, like there are people who are gay, married, gay marriage, have kids, are living a wonderful life, have raised great kids, um, and are happy, and they're still together for decades later. Like, I live a happier, longer marriage than my parents did. So, you're told things, but it's like, look at the examples, do like look up stories and hear different stories from what you were told out of fear, fear mongering and about and homophobia. Like, it is very real, but it's like if you look and just say, well, let me look up. There's so many marriages and relationships on Instagram now that you can see, and YouTube and TikTok. It's like I'm so glad that there's more visibility, but sometimes people are stuck in their own bubble. Like I was stuck in a bubble. Hopefully with social media, people can get out of it. But you said like you see people online still,
Yeah, still like with this whole rhetoric that like, oh, you choose to be that way because you don't want to grow up, or like thinking that, being gay is a majority by proxy because it's due to you being raped. And it's like I cannot believe that there's still this whole rhetoric
yeah,
out. And like honestly, like I think the statistic is crazy. It's like 50% of heterosexual marriages like and then divorce anyway.
yeah.
So like you said, I mean your parents got divorced. My parents got divorced. They bickered for 5 years and then they got back together.
Oh
And
my gosh.
yeah, so it's I'm like when you said that, I'm like, oh, I feel you.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, and I just look at it, it's like, well, when people are like, well, why don't you just try and marry a woman anyway? And I'm like, well, I just feel like that'd be a disservice because people deserve to feel loved. I
Yeah.
think we all want to feel loved and welcomed and feel secure. And so it's like, why would it's if anything, like I could feel the anger building up in my body.
Yeah.
And it's like these girls are awesome. They deserve way better than that. Like someone who's has this resentment in them and doesn't feel fully invested in a marriage. And so, yeah.
And I mean
But
there's
anyway,
yeah, and I mean it's good that you came up because I mean I see it just in day to day. Like there's so many like closeted guys who stay married because they feel like they have to. Then they
yeah,
become abusive to the wife, and then they're cheating on
yeah.
Grindr, on the side. So
Oh
it's
my
like,
gosh, yeah. I was seeing all those with like the Republican National Convention that Grinder broke down
oh,
because so
and
many
I
people
thought that
were
was
on it.
funny. I
Is
was
that a
joking.
rumor?
I think it's true. I thought it was like some meme. I thought it was a joke at first, but then I started seeing more and I'm like, oh, I think it's actually true. I mean, now at least people know if they ever want to hook up, all they have to do is fly to wherever the RNC is and it'll probably happen.
Gosh, well, but it's probably all these like faceless pictures because everyone doesn't want to show their face.
Yeah.
That's how I imagine it, but man.
So you leave the
Well,
church and now you're like now fast forward to now and you're really going hard again in like the whole music scene. You have the release of Rather Be Lonely. And lately, I just see you getting like a lot of like good press all over. So I'm like, yay, David. So let's talk
thank
about
you.
let's talk
Yay,
about
Ken, too. My Ken's been getting
yay,
my
Ken.
Yay, Ken. Um, yeah, I think it's just like, oh, sorry, the phone's ringing. Um, but
I can't hear it, so I didn't even hear
oh,
it.
you can't? Okay, good. So uh, yeah, I just like, okay, living my best life. And I'm like, I'm gonna have dancers because I want to dance and do choreography to my songs and sing songs that are just more freeing. And I've been singing Sabrina Carpenter songs, channeling her. It's been so fun. And letting that all that energy influence what I'm creating now with my own music moving forward. And I can't wait. Like, yeah, Rather Be Lonely is like a very sad, like kind of depressing song. But also I hope it can be soothing.
Relatable, though. It is relatable.
Thank you.
It's a good like a breakup song.
Yeah. And it's because it's like, I don't know why I get to feeling so insecure and feeling like loving someone is such a dangerous thing. And it's like trying to unlearn certain things. But anyway, the next song I'm going to release is going to be a lot more fun, a lot more flirty, and I can't wait to release that as well. Like I love each of them for their own reasons, but I just want people to know it's like, hey, I'm here to have fun. I want to show people I'm a pop. I'm here to be in the pop world as well and have a good time and dance and
Oh, I love that. So are you working on like a full-fledged like album to come
I
out?
am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so
cuz
I'm doing the album, I'm doing the book. I'm trying to finish up the book. I think once I finish the book, I have like just three more chapters that I need to
oh wow.
write for the first draft. So once I get that done and then like go back for the like next drafts and edits and all that, then I'll be able to just gung ho with the album. I mean, I'm writing the album as well. But excuse me, I'm I like to get one thing done at a time. Okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna get this done, and I'm gonna get that done. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to share my story in multiple ways, whether it's through just telling it in a book or telling it in an album, and just to kind of show people like the evolution and the transformation. Um, yeah, because it feels it's really fun. It's a very fun time of life. Like I don't think I've ever had this much fun in my life ever.
It has to be so freeing too for you right now.
Yeah, it's fun.
And
It's
cathartic because I mean like you write your own music, you know? So like you're writing music and you're also writing the book. So it has to be like so cathartic and therapeutic right now.
yeah, yeah, it's a mix of emotions for sure. Because I think Rather Be Lonely came because as a result of emotions that were coming up as I was writing my book.
Okay.
Because like my music that I'm writing is trying to be I'm trying to like be like looking ahead, being present and now with my posts and with my songs, going out and dancing and things, dating, whatever. And writing the book is this is everything that happened before I got to here. And it makes you it like can be triggering. Like it starts thinking like, oh my gosh, that's right. Like I never resolved this belief that I have about myself and about other people. And I'm scared. Like this is a scary place to be. And what if I'm never going to be good enough? Or do I really know how to love people? Like, am I even capable of that? Why do I feel so distrusting sometimes? And why is it so scary sometimes to love someone and to allow myself to be loved? What is it that I still don't like about myself that becomes so strong when I'm trying to receive love from someone? And it's just, gets annoying because it really like is opening up like this box of skeletons
Yeah, like
going into writing this book. But I think it's also good because it's like, well, let's talk about it. Let's deal with it and let's go through the motions. Sometimes I'll need some help because I don't always know how to deal with it on my own. So let's call a therapist or let's call a family member, a good friend, so I can just talk through this and be like, I don't know why I'm feeling like this. Why does this affect me so much? Why am I still wondering about this thing that happened in my life 20 years ago? You know, that kind of stuff. Why is it still shaping the way I believe and look at my world today when this happened when I was a kid? Like that kind of stuff.
at least you're dealing with your feelings because I feel a lot of people are like that. I mean, I could be like that too because I have trust issues over shit that happened a long time ago. So like sometimes things just take like a while to work through, I feel. But I that makes for good music, honestly, relatable material. So I'm excited for the album. Are you trying to like pair the album release and the book release at the same time?
Not necessarily. I want to have them each have their own times because they're like different.
Yeah.
The book is talking about everything up to the point of coming out and like slightly beyond that. And the music is trying to be, like I said, is trying to be everything that's happened since, I think. So I think I want the book to come out so people have the backstory.
Yeah.
I've released some songs that go with that. That's part of why I released Rather Be Lonely, because it kind of shows the beginning. And then I released a song called Held Together, which was talking about the process of coming out,
Yeah.
like having my mom learn how to support me and be there with me, like walking out of the church. And that's going to lead into the book. And then when the book comes out, I'm like, okay, and this is where I am now after all that shit happened. So, um, and this is where I am, and I've grown so much, and I feel so good. Like that's the goal.
I love that. And at least, even though you left the church, at least you have your family's support because I know like that's not always the case. Um,
Yeah. And my whole family stepped away from the church as well, like everybody.
oh wow, so they
So
really support you. That's great.
yeah, my sisters were around the time that came out, and so they left before I did, really. I just announced it first, and then my mom followed shortly after me. So it's nice to not have to go through that alone because a lot of people do have to step away while the rest of their family's still in a different world, and that's hard. But I do feel like, you can find family, you can create family, um, and find a place to belong. And I found that, because like I said, my mom wasn't supportive of me at first. So I called the one gay friend that I had that I knew, and I asked him question, like, okay, what is it like? What do I do? What is it like to kiss a boy? I don't even know what that's like. And like, is it weird to get intimate with a boy? Like, how does that even work? Like, I didn't even know. Like, I hadn't seen porn, so I didn't know exactly what people were supposed to do. Um, so he was just like, he's like, do not ever hesitate. Do not ever feel weird to ask me any of these questions. And I'm really grateful for him. And Kevin McHale, because he's talked about it too. So, and I've mentioned it before, but he was my one gay friend that I called because I didn't know who else to ask. Because
Yeah.
I had like literally like kept all queer people away from me because I was trying to shield myself. But through that and like talking to more people, Ken was he's out and he was married. So I was like, oh, like you can actually get married and it can work out because people would always tell me like gay people get married but they never really works because all they want to do is have sex and they don't really know how to have relationships. They're not really happy. They're always going to be miserable for the decision they made.
Yeah,
And
that's
here's
like a
Ken.
stereotype though, because yeah, that's true for maybe like a portion of them, but it's not true just like any group. It's not true for like everyone, you know?
Yeah, it's like maybe because maybe they have a lot of adult trauma with that they've never been able to process, and they don't have their family support, and they don't have anyone to talk to either, and they can't afford a therapist, so they're there with all of their baggage.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who've been able to find their way through, been able to heal, and have lovely relationships. And even my friend I'm at a friend's home right now is like, um, he's in a marriage as well, and has been for decades, and in this relationship. And I'm like, oh, it really is a thing. It's just a lot of times coming from the conservative world that has homophobic like beliefs, they they don't want you to see it thriving. Like they don't believe that it's an actual thing when it's like, here it is. Well, there it is.
Yeah.
So it gives me hope. It makes me excited to be like, I can make this work. I can make a happy relationship if that's what I want. And I do want a happy relationship eventually. Even though sometimes I feel like I'd rather be lonely, in the end, I want to be able to heal to a point where I'm like, I don't have to be alone. I don't have to feel like that's where I belong, is being alone. Because um, it's really wonderful to share your life with someone, and that's what I'd like to have. And so here we go. Here, let's prove to the conservative mind ideology of gay relationships not being a thing. Let's continue proving them wrong.
Yeah. Cheers to that. I wish I had a
Cheers.
champagne glass to cheers.
Yeah.
But it's been great chatting with you. I want to there's a lot more I still have to ask, but I know Ken says you have to leave for a photo shoot.
Oh, I do. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I do. Yeah.
But I don't know. We definitely have to continue this. You have to come back when the book comes out, and
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Because then I can spill so much more tea then. That
oh,
I
I know.
have to wait
I'm
for
ready to
the
go into
book.
all the tea. Trust
Oh
me.
my gosh. Yeah.
So this was
Thanks so
great.
much for having me, Will.
I'm gonna call this part one because I know you're gonna come back for a part two.
Yes. Let's do it. I'm
So
ready.
I love it. It's been great chatting with you. Do you have any shows
Likewise.
coming up in like the New York area? New York, New Jersey, Connecticut?
Oh God. I just had a show in New York like a few weeks ago. So I don't know when's the next time I'll be there, but
Rochester with Pentatonics.
oh, with Pentatonics. That's a few hours away from like New York
Yeah.
City, though. We'll keep you posted.
Yes, definitely. Everyone make sure to check out David Archuleta, see where he's performing. Because I know you do have Rochester and some other ones in like the Northeast region. And next time you're in New York or New Jersey, we definitely have to meet and spill some tea.
Yes, yeah. I'm looking forward to another catch up.
Yes, definitely. So it's been great chatting. I'll tag you on everything when it comes out.
We'll have a Kiki. That's what I learned.
A
That's a,
Kiki, yes.
we'll have a Kiki.
I'm always saying tea, but a Kiki, yes, well, a Kiki.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Will. Good to
Thank
talk
you.
to you and look forward to the next time. This was really fun.
Yes, definitely. Can't wait.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks,
Part one.
Ken. Adios.
Adios. Peace.